Good afternoon. It's not morning, it's afternoon. You know, we get into planting like this and we're in the middle of planting and then we get rained out, and it's those really slow times where there's just, you don't want to start a new project because when it's time to go, when it dries out, we got to go and we don't want to quit in the middle of something. So you're kind of twiddling your thumbs a little bit, looking for stuff to do and keep busy and trying to find things. So it's a little bit slow right now, but it will pick up again shortly, I am sure. So I spent the morning running some errands and playing on the computer and twiddling my thumbs, but we're gonna do a little bit here this afternoon. I'm gonna throw this with tomorrow's video so that we've got some time to it. So one of my rainy day projects is to fix this pump. For some reason it doesn't want to start. I can get it to run on ether, but it's not getting fuel. I had taken the bowl off the carburetor here and tried to clean that out. It was really gunky, but it didn't help, and so we're going to actually take it apart. And so I am just trying to get it apart here, one piece at a time. And we got to pinch off the fuel lines so we don't drain our entire tank. Okay, so here's our carburetor. The easy thing to do would be just replace it. Man, that looks really dirty. I don't know. We'll clean it up a little bit. This thing kind of just sits there in the dust. I use it very, very sparingly, but it is nice to have when I need it, and mostly it's to pump stuff out of the back tank into the tank on the planter. That's what I use it for. So it would be nice to make it work. So we're going to take this apart. I bought a can of carbon choke cleaner, and we'll see if it does anything for me. Well, I cleaned it up, took it apart, cleaned it some more, best I can. It still doesn't look great, but all I can do is put it back together and try, right? All right, so I unfolded the planter as far as I could go before I hit the air seeder here, so that I could get into my valve there. I need the key on the tractor so that my little remote control valve works, which is super slick, by the way. But I need that open. That noise you hear is the tank agitators. Let's see if our pump works now. So I've got the valve set up here where if I close this valve, open this one, and open this one, it sucks it out of there, goes through the pump, and then back through my main hose. When I'm not using the pump, I close this one, close that one, open it, and it just flows straight through. But we should be able to get this to run. Oh, yes. Oh. Excellent. So we'll pump the liquid out of there into the tank on the planter. You can see it going in there. Cool. Well, that's a nice thing to have fixed. So Dad's been out here sawmilling for the last couple of days. He's getting himself a pile of lumber here. Look at how long that one is. He's got two really long white oak logs here. They're like 21, 22 feet each. And yeah, this is gonna, oh, holy cow, that's a big log. 21.4. Jeez. This one was a little bit longer, I think. 21.10. 9. All right. First cut on this big long one. So he wants to make some headers out of this, some 4x8 beams, and we're going to use some of this maybe for my back porch beams, wrapping the beams that are there on the house there. So I don't know, we'll see. Between these two logs, he ought to get plenty out of it for what we need. He's already got a few boards for some of that stuff too, but he's gonna clear over here. I think he'll make it. Got to cut the cutoff in half because it's too big. Perfect application for this little Milwaukee electric chainsaw, though. sides of this board cleaned up and cutting the first 4x8 out of there. Then we're going to have a 1.5 or 2-inch slab out of the middle and another 4x8. Only 3 boards out of it, but they're big, huge boards. Beams. And they're long, and that one's going to be heavy, so I think we're going to forklift it off of there. Finishing it up here. Last cut on this big long one. So Dad's got some plans for a... oh, hang on. Dad's got some plans for a lean-to addition on the old hog barn or pip roof barn on the west side to store his lumber in, and so he needs a big wide door and he needs some headers, and well, that's what those are for. He made some posts in the shorter logs over there, and he's got these so that he can just set boards and stacks of woods in there with the forklift after it's fresh cut but still wet, so it can air dry for a few months before he brings it in here to put it in the kiln room. There you go. 1 log, 3 big boards. 3 really big boards. Our other big development of the day, check it out, we've got a door. So that's done-ish, I think. It's done. It opens and closes and it's there. We have a little blemish and I didn't talk to them. I don't know. We had a blemish on the front door on the shop when they put it in, and they replaced the panel without us asking. So I don't know if they're going to do anything about this. I assume they saw it. I didn't talk to them though, so not thrilled with that, but it is what it is. We are still waiting on the actual walk-in door. They ordered a commercial good door to put in there that's supposed to come in May 12th or something like that. I don't know. They bought or put in a cheap Menards door to seal it up while we were waiting, but that's coming, and then they'll finish the steel off there around that once we get the actual door put in. We are still in a holding pattern on the field work. It's supposed to rain more Friday, so we'll see. Anyway, I'm going home, but this is probably 5 minutes of footage, so we'll throw it in with tomorrow's because I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow either. So see you in the morning. Got a couple of deliveries today. You guys are quite generous. Thank you very much. Baby stuff, tractor snacks, very much appreciated.
It's red. It's red, doesn't it?
You like it?
Yeah.
What do you say?
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is so cool, Dad.
It's so cool.
I don't want to.
You gotta bounce it on the floor. You gotta hit it just right.
Throw like that.
Oh, careful. Not too hard. We'll get it, huh? There you go. Good morning again. We've got a couple projects that we're doing today. I'm doing some research on how to check the alignment on the tracks on the 8RX, and look, here's what we have found. John Deere puts out some fancy YouTube videos to show you how to do this. I don't remember any of this in the book, and I read the book, so I'll look again. But anyway, we have an 8RX narrow belt tractor that requires a shim that is 3/16 of an inch thick, 3 inches by 8 inches. So we need to find some 3/16 inch thick steel and make a plate, make a shim.
Slide between the track lugs
And then we do this
on the outboard side of track.
and see if it fits. So I've got our calipers and we're gonna start checking some steel, seeing what we got. This one is way too wide. 9/16, that's thick stuff. This one was 1/8. We're close to it. 1/8. So that's not thick enough. This is probably thinner. Mm. 5/64. So we might have to go out to the barn and see what we got out there. Not exactly, but this is what I found in our steel bins. And this one here, it's 3/16. Can you say that? See that says 3/16? It does. This one also is 3/16. The problem is the big one is curved, and I don't think that's going to work because it's curved. I could try and flatten it, and if we cut out a little piece, it wouldn't be so curved, but I don't think that's going to work. And this one, nice, that's exactly what we want, except for it's like 2.5 by 6 3/4, not 3 by 8. But I think we're going to try and just use this. It's a little small, but I think we can make that work. That or we got to go buy some steel, and I don't want to do that because, I mean, yeah. So we are actually going to just drop the planter. It'll be easier to maneuver and do stuff outside in the driveway without the planter attached. And I know there's a lot of hoses and wires to hook up, but it's the easiest way to do it. So that's what we're going to do. Before I unhook this, though, we like to label all of our hoses, hydraulic hoses, 1L, 2L, 3L, 4L, 4R, 5L, 5R, that kind of stuff. I haven't done my top 2 yet, so I'm going to label them before I unhook them so I know where they go when I hook them back up. I know there's 6, but left and rights. That was a lot of hydraulic hoses and electrical connections, but we got it free, so we're going to set her down. Okay, tractor's free from planter. There's a backhoe right in front of the door there, so we gotta go move that before we can take this outside. Okay, so we need to check a couple of things, and we need to do some stuff before we get to doing the alignment. And we need to be able to drive this tractor straight on level ground with no steering input for a minimum of 50 feet for the one check, 150 for the other. The best place I have to do this is probably actually on the road. And our road in Michigan is not crowned too bad. The road in Ohio is, but it's either that or in the driveway out here, and the driveway's not too bad. We could make that work. But I think we're gonna just go down the road and turn around and drive back and park right in the middle of it. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and make our first checks going this way, and then we'll turn around. So no steering input, we're going straight. I'm gonna hit neutral. We're gonna coast to a stop. Now we're gonna get out and go check our toe in. So I'll show you how to do that. Don't worry, we're on a super busy road, lots of traffic. Okay, so we need to check toe in on this. They look straight, don't they? Yeah. So there's a couple of pads right here and on the back there, and we need to measure across to the other side, and they need to be within 1/16 of an inch. So we have our handy dandy laser measuring tool. 7.657. I need to get that set up right. 7 feet 8 inches when I finally got it where I wanted it. So now we'll do it on the back here. 7 feet 8 inches. We're dead on. Measured it again, got 7 feet 8 1/16. You're supposed to be within 1/16 either way. So toe in adjustment is excellent. Now we can check alignment. We'll turn around and head back the other way. Essentially, we're doing the same thing here. Just need 150 feet. And we hit neutral, and we let it coast to a stop. And now we got to take that shim and go see if it fits between our idlers and our tracks. So I've got that little one. And we want to put it in here and slide it back. It fits through there, no problem. Now it needs to fit on the other side, which I'm a little concerned about here. Nope, it fits. It's a little tighter on this side than the other side, but that shim fits all the way through. That's why it needs to be 8 inches long, because you can't get it out of there. There we got it. So this one is good. We do the same thing on the rear tracks. Fits through there, no problem. And on the inboard side, it's definitely tighter on the inboard than the outboard, but the shim fits through there. And the video that I watched said that if the shim fits, they are aligned properly. they don't necessarily have to be centered. So we're gonna say that they're good. I gotta get that out of there though. That'll be a good way to tear up a belt. Leave a piece of iron sitting in the middle of them. Okay, so I checked them all. All of them are good. We don't have any alignment or toe-in issues. So everything is set up properly on the tracks. We just need to make sure we're still doing a good job of lubricating them and stuff. In the dirt, they're fine. It's the road travel that is an issue, and keeping our speed down, which I have been doing, and making sure we throw some lubricant and stuff in there on the longer trips is a good idea. I did, however, in this video, one of the videos, not the same one I showed you guys, but I had just been dumping talc like on here and on the mid rollers and down in between and stuff. They actually showed them scooping it into the middle because these idlers are cupped, and they say it'll store that stuff in there and help distribute it as you're driving. Doesn't say that in the book, but that's what they tell you to do in the video. So we'll do that from now on. But anyway, this is good. While we've got it unhooked and easy to get to here, we're going to give it a quick wash down. Nothing much. I mean, it's not nearly like the last time we did this, but mostly it's the windows. I feel like the windows need washed, and I would rather do it with power washer than Windex. Plus, we can get some of the dirt off the engine, and just because it's new, I'm cleaning it up, okay? Don't judge me. All right, well, that was a quick and dirty 15-minute power wash job. You can see I didn't even get the dirt off the side of the engine block. Really, I just blew more on it and then didn't see it, but the windows are clean-ish until they get water spots. No, it's better than it was, and like I said, I'm not trying to clean it. We're just trying to, you know, we're still using it. Oh, so pretty, though. Look at that. Look at that tractor. Since we just washed all the dirt off, we didn't really get it out of all the tracks, but we'll throw some oil dry into those little cavities like they tell you to do. Well, I wiped the tractor down and windows. They're better than they were. You should probably still wash them. But we got our planter hoses, electrical connections all hooked back up. I need to put these stands up, and then we're good to go on the planter. Cool. It's a little slow, but it's cool. Today's project this afternoon is to install a light. I don't know if I told you I was going to do this or not, but the last electrical thing that we need to do in the new shed here is put up a light that we've got for outside. And Dad bought this one. Looks like this. Has a backing plate that looks like this. And we're going to mount it outside in the center of the door. So we're getting the door opened up here. And going to figure out how exactly we're going to mount that. Somewhere up there. All right, so we are on the inside now. And these are our ribs that our door is, or our light is going to attach to. It's kind of the center of the door, at least as close to the center as we're going to get. And we're going to put this board here in there so we've got something to attach it to. Dad's going to cut me a couple of 2x4s that we can anchor that to this board that's already there. And then that'll keep this from flopping out, and we can go on the outside and use some self-tapper screws to go through that light into this board, and should hold the light in place. It's not heavy, so it doesn't take a lot. And then we'll have to put a bigger hole in it for the conduit. Okay, our board is attached. Built-in bubble level, super helpful. All right, so now we've got to mark and drill that. I think what I'm going to do is get a drill and drill a small hole through there, and then we'll come from the other side to drill it out bigger. And I should have put a box connector in there before I tapped that up there. Oh well, we've got a screw-in box connector we're going to put up there and then put a piece of conduit into it. Not bad if I do say so. Look at that. Cool. Now, I think I can shove this through there and thread it in from this side, or do I got to take that box off and do it? All right, so here's where we're at. We've got to run conduit, so we got to come out of our box through the wall and get down to our electric panel over there. I've got this 90, this sweep that will work. I thought about putting an LB or something shorter in there, but I think that this actually will work pretty well. What I would like to do is bend a piece of conduit to come out of that and then get over to the wall and down to this and run right along the top of that board all the way across there. You think I'm good enough with a pipe bender? I would have Dad do this, but he's not here anymore, so we're going to see what we can do. Well, gosh dang, I'm not sure how I did that. But that's gonna work. It ain't the prettiest thing. It is not. I will fully admit it, but did what I needed it to do, didn't it? Well, the conduit's in, and we're getting ready to pull some wires. This is dangerous. Okay, we've got wires pulled. We've made our connections to the driver. We just gotta plug this into this and screw it closed. There we go, it's wired up. Dad just flipped our breaker back on. We've got lights. Now this one outside is on a photo cell. And it's on, and it's bright. Huh. Oh, there it shut off on the photo cell. So I'd have to go up there and hold my hand over it, and then it'll come on when it gets dark. Sweet. One last little detail. We'll seal up around our conduit a little bit. Well, looks like we better settle in for some rain. It's supposed to rain most of the day tomorrow. And it hasn't been very heavy yet, but it's raining outside now. About the time we finished up, of course, we've had 600ths. Half a tenth. That's no big deal, but we don't need any rain right now. We need it to dry out. Well, I'm going home. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe button. Questions and comments, leave them down below, and we'll see you again probably tomorrow. I'll probably make a video tomorrow. I don't know what's going on yet, but we'll find something to do, I'm sure.